What's going on, everybody? Brent here, O.U.Productions.com, the fourth episode of O.U.Picking for Monday, the 22nd of November 2010. This past weekend I was in eastern Pennsylvania, in Denver, Pennsylvania, Adamstown, Pennsylvania, which is the antique capital of the United States, if you don't know. All kinds of flea markets and shops, check that out, as well as Middletown, PA, and a couple other small little places. Got some cool finds this week, wanted to share that with you guys. We're going to get right into it here. Let's see where we start. Alright, first off, don't know too much about this piece. It's some sort of a either souvenir or homemade tomahawk. Really cool, got the rock at the end, all wrapped up on the stick, semi-loose, but very cool. I have a feeling somebody will be interested in that. I got this as part of a bundle, which I'm going to explain that bundle to you right now, so we'll get to the pricing in a second. This thing right here, kind of cool, the Brock's Pure Candies, used to be in like a shop of some sort, kind of like a brass / metal with the glass door. Just a cool piece of Brock's advertising. That was in this bundle of 6 items that I got. The next thing would be this Tetley Tea Bags tin. Just a cool piece of advertising. Pretty good shape. This book right here, The American Government by Frederick J. Haskin. It's copyrighted and printed in 1911. I was looking through it a little bit. Very cool. A bunch of boxes this weekend. We'll get to some of the other ones here in a second, but I got this box in the middle. It's got a red inside here. Done very well in the boxes on OUP on eBay since I relaunched. That's another cool one right here. This vintage antique Coke tip tray. Very cool. My friend actually got a reproduction. I went with my buddy Scott this weekend and his wife Becky. This is the actual older one here. And the last thing, actually, was that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 6 right there. Okay, those 6 things. The tin, the tomahawk, the Brock's candy piece, the tin, the other tin. Well, that's not really a tin, that's a tray. I don't know if I said tin. Still kind of tired after this weekend, nonetheless. The book and the black box. Went back and forth on pricing with this guy. This was actually at the market I went to in Middletown. The only 6 things I got there. Ended up getting them all for $30, so basically $5 a piece. Some may be worth a little bit less, like this one, or hopefully this might go for quite a bit. I'm not quite sure. But $5, I mean, this I can see at least getting $5 out of. This I'm hoping to get like between 25 and 30 just for itself. Maybe like 5 or 10 for this. I have to look this up a little bit, but maybe $20. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. And like I said, the boxes have been very popular, so I can see myself hopefully bringing $15 for this, maybe more. 3 other boxes. This one right here. Well, this one I'll go through first. Only one-handed, this is kind of hard, but this is a pasteurized cheese box. You see a lot of these. This one's still got the top intact. 2 of these screws, semi-bent though. No, or not screws, nails. No nails on this side. Got this one for $8, I believe. This one right here, I kind of sold one just like this with the little locking latch on the front. Real cool stuff going on the inside. Kind of forget what I paid for this. It wasn't much. I believe it was in the $12 range. You can see myself getting 30, 40 out of that. And don't want to dig to it too much, but this is another cool red box here. I paid $12 for this one. Wooden, got some cool latches. There's different tools inside, little old school screwdrivers and whatnot. Maybe getting $30, $40 out of that. So I mean, so far we're definitely adding up for the money that we've spent. I'm becoming somewhat of a box expert having box expertise. I've sold a couple boxes on O.U.P. on eBay now, and I've made considerable profit on all. So boxes is always one of the first things that I look for. If you see any antique boxes, I would recommend going for those. Next thing up, this vintage radio. The wiring isn't too good. It's missing the little plastic piece on the front. All the dials still work. It's a very cool piece. I didn't look into it too much. You see $15. Maybe you can read that. You can't. It's kind of blurry, but $15 was marked on there. I ended up getting it for $12. Offer 10. The guy said he'd take 12. Thought about it. Took the $12 offer. I had a white Clarion radio that I paid $10 for. A little bit smaller than this one that I ended up selling for around 30-ish. Hoping to get around 30, 35, 40 out of this. We'll see. This thing, excited for it, but not quite sure. I'm pretty sure I overpaid, but I really like it. It still works. I bought it when it was plugged in. I mean, the lighting works, the clock itself works. It's around 70s. I paid like $39, $40 for it, which is probably about retail, but I'm sure I can get at least that back. I might just hold on to it for a while and then sell it. Perhaps maybe I'll get more than that out of it one day. It's kind of an impulse purchase. Looking it up a little bit, they're going for around that. But I just thought it was very, very cool. I still like it. See where it goes. Be an eBay item. Alright. And finally, I believe finally, might be something else I'm missing over. I don't believe so though. You see right there, the Colombian Manila Drilling Cable Company, or sign for the National Supply Company, the gem of the oil fields. Nice, big advertising piece, old school. Don't want to dig it out too much, but it's not a reproduction, it's an original. The guy had $75 on it. Thought about it, he offered me $60. Thought about it again, actually left that flea market, came back, and ended up asking him what the best he could do, if he could do better than 60, and he came back with 55. Again, I thought about it, but I popped on it, $55. I am hoping to get $80 to $90 out of this sign. I love it. It's got great color, only a little bit of rust. Awesome piece of oil advertising. Gonna see what that does on eBay. That's gonna be one of the first things I probably put up in addition to some of these boxes. Very, very excited for this weekend. Going out picking again in the Scranton area, northeastern Pennsylvania. Want to take a northwestern trip to Erie and whatnot here in a few weeks. Just very, very cool stuff. Had a good weekend. Love getting out picking. Excited to see what some of this stuff does. As I mentioned, I left the flea market. A really good method is leaving, coming back. There's a couple things this weekend that I probably wish that I would have picked up. There was a double-sided barbershop porcelain sign. She was asking $95. I was trying to get it for like the 80 price point. She wouldn't quite pop on that. Perhaps if I'm back down there and she's there, sometime in the future, maybe that sign will become mine. But anyway, like I said, you know, just keep looking at stuff. People will come down on the prices without you even having to budge. Leave and come back. People will know that you're interested and they'll offer you a better price. Or just straight up lowball them. If somebody's asking, say, $80 for something, offer them $40. Meanwhile, in your head, you know that they're probably not going to take the $40, and maybe they'll come back with $60, and that's the price point that you originally wanted to be at anyway in your head, and you were just trying to get the absolute possible best price out of them by shooting the low price to begin with. Just a little bit of advice here. Thank you for watching the 4th episode of O.U. Picking. I will be back in about a week or so with my next flea market finds, and in the meanwhile, check out some of my previous items at stores.ebay.com/OUnitProductions, and some of these items that you see right now will be up in the coming week, and so on. Alright, thanks guys.